Yo guys, we're back at it again. I'm here in Fourways. I'm here to meet with a young female entrepreneur. She's an award winner. I'm here to see Sis Bontle Tsole. She's a young entrepreneur. We're gonna be hearing about her journey, how she's been going through the challenges and how she managed to succeed. So yeah, it's a wonderful adventure, and let us go see Sister Bontle. Hi ladies and gentlemen, today we are here with Sis Bontle. She's going to be explaining the whole journey of her business. Sis Bontle, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks, and yourself?
I'm very good, I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm sure this is going to be a very inspiring interview. I've seen your work and I'm very impressed by your work. So tell me, who's Bontle?
Sure, that's a very loaded question because Buntle is different in every facet of her life. So if you're asking Buntle in business, it's different from the personal Buntle. So Buntle in business is, so I own a health bar called Baaa Health, and I started this in 2017.
Oh.
So, well, it actually started a long time before 2017. You know how ideas are.
Yes.
They live in your mind until they are brought to life. So I grew up in a family that ate very healthy, and I just grew a liking towards healthy food, but I didn't find food that was what I liked.
Oh.
And that inspired me to start Baaa.
Oh. And who's the personal Bontle? Where you come from?
Yeah. So I was born in the East Rand, in Boksburg.
Oh.
Yeah, and I grew up there, surrounded by boys only. All my siblings are boys. Yeah, I studied towards my BA in psychology at the University of Johannesburg, and concurrently did my BA in politics.
Oh.
And I'm studying towards my honors in psychology now.
Wow, that's amazing. Oh, you also did politics. That's very nice.
Academic politics, not social politics.
Oh, no, social politics. But that's still cool. It's still cool. And how did you come to, like, I'm ready for this, I'm going to go for entrepreneurship, no matter, I know, especially as a female, there are challenges that you come abroad, which come before you, especially in the entrepreneurial sector. How did you manage to challenge those kind of things? How did you even take the decision of, I'm going for entrepreneurship?
So I think because I was brought up in a family that already was in that industry. So my mom was also in business.
Oh.
So for me, it was a bit easier. So I remember at a very early age, I knew that I was going to go into business at some point or another. It was just what business.
Oh.
So
Okay.
when I had already been helping my mom with her business and little things, not necessarily the big things, but I think parents train their kids slowly, and we get the understanding of the basics that way. So I think that's where my liking for business came from.
Oh.
And you're absolutely right. I think women face a lot of challenges in business just starting up, but it's the same for any young black person in South Africa. There's a lot of challenges that we face in getting starting our own businesses.
Yeah. Okay, that's amazing. And like, I always get to look at your products, and I've tested the juice. The juices are nice. Your products are very nice. And I was like, bah, like the name, like it hits hard. Like, where did you get the inspiration? Like the name, where does it come from?
So Baaa is actually a pet name. Growing up, my little brother couldn't pronounce my name, my other name, which is Boni. So he used to call me Baaa.
Oh.
And so it stuck with me. It was first like they used to make fun of me. My siblings used to make fun of me, but it ended up becoming something that was me. So a joke turned into something better, bigger than that. Yeah.
Okay, and you came to I've noticed which one did it come first? Was it the herbal juice or the the normal fruit juice? Which one? Which were your first products?
So herbal, you're referring to the fresh juices. So
yes.
We started off with smoothies. Actually, that is our very first product.
Oh.
And we used to do that at pop-up markets. So the first place where we tested out the idea was at pop-up markets. So we went to 012 Central one day with a lot of fruits and vegetables, and we mixed on site. We blended on site.
Oh.
And that went well for a few months. But then when we're not at markets, what are we doing? We're not having an income, which is a problem. Which then spurred pre-packing juices, and we pre-packing smoothies, and then we pre-packed our smoothies, but people started requesting fresh juices, and we started doing that, and then we went into fruit juices and water, and so the brand or the products grew like that.
Oh, okay. And coming with the fresh juice. What was behind it? Because I've noticed you've made it, which is obvious for it's a healthier thing for people to get more healthy, to reduce such illnesses like diabetes and everything. Was there anything actually personal that made you to do that thing? Maybe someone got ill, or maybe someone you know, a very close relative. Was there any personal motivation that made uh, you make the healthy juice?
Not necessarily. It was just the fact that I grew up with a family that ate healthy. So my parents were very health conscious.
Oh,
So that was what I was also used to. But going out there into the world, there's not a lot of healthy options. And so that's where my affinity grew for healthy products.
that's
Yeah.
cool. So you're like in a family of vegetarians.
Not necessarily, but yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So when today you are helping people to maintain their figures, which is very nice, which is
Yeah.
very, very, very nice. And tell me, when coming to this journey, as a youth especially, we are all hustlers. We're trying to push there and there. What can you tell our youth today? What message would you give them, especially those who are starters? What can you tell them?
So I've been in business for 5 years now, and I think the questions that I've had for the last few years have been the same from people that are just starting. And I think the one thing that it's a mistake because we don't know better, but we
Okay.
expect things to work out sooner than they will. So
True.
business is not going to spike in the first 6 months. You may have a few lucky strokes along the way,
Yes.
but you're not going to become on now the top business of the year in South Africa the first 6 months of your running this business.
Yeah.
So I think we've got a lack of patience,
Okay.
and the one thing that I really would encourage is patience. It's not easy being on the journey, and yes, we all need money. We all want to live a lifestyle, a certain lifestyle we need to live. But just having the patience and knowing that it will work out, it just takes time. It takes a lot longer than you expected, and it takes a lot more investment than you expected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you this. We've had an issue of corona. The coronavirus, it hit hard, economically, socially. It was it was a depression itself. How did it affect you, and how did you manage to pull through? How?
So the first few weeks were really tough because sales just stopped. It was the 21 days where we thought, no, after 21 days, we're going to go back to normal living.
Yeah, yeah.
So sales just stopped and there was nothing happening because everyone was just buying sanitizer and gloves. And
Yeah, yeah.
so there it was a wake up call because now 21 days is 7 days shy of a month. By then, we should have at least reached our target. And then for the rest of the 7 days, we were making some sort of profit. So that was difficult. And then it just continued for months and months, which turned into years. I think the one thing that we learned during that time was how to pivot our businesses and not rely on one source of income or one stream of income. So it was really tough. Can't take that away from the situation, but I refined the product base a lot and pivoted the business a lot. Also taught me to have more than one stream of income, even in the business.
Yeah. And I know I saw in one of your pictures you had a big billboard. You had a big billboard, which I believe are very expensive.
Yeah.
When you started your business, did you get any fundings? Did you get to apply any fundings, or you had saved money to start your business?
So at the very beginning, I did save money.
Okay.
It wasn't a lot. It was like 6 or 7 thousand.
Okay.
And I bought my first blender with that and my first stock with that.
Okay.
But after that, it sort of funded itself until a certain point because now you need to expand.
Yes.
And
True.
expansion requires a lot of capital.
Yeah,
So
a lot
with
of
there, I
money.
did get a lot of help. The likes of NYDA helped me. There's a lot of funding that's going around. You just need to be open to it and be ready to receive it. So SAP was one of the programs that I was on, the SAP Tulana Foundation program.
Oh.
And they also, you go into the program, you do a lot of work on the business before they put money in the business. But after that, you have a bit of capital to push whatever you need to push. Yeah.
I know your journey is really truly is inspiring, and I want to know who inspires you actually. Who do you look up to, especially in SA? Is there any female or anyone who inspires you, especially in this industry of entrepreneurship? Who inspires you?
Sure, there's a lot of people that I look up to, and a lot of people who I think are doing very, very well in their industry, in their respective industries. The one person that I think is doing quite well for herself is Joanna Mukoki. So she's really, really inspirational. She's pushing a lot. Amanda Tambuza as well.
Oh,
I think she exemplifies what hard work does for you. So she worked hard in her youth, and
okay.
now she's not old, but she's older, and she's now living the life that we all want to live. But she's still putting in the work, and she's doing it how she wants. So she's working the way that she wants on her own terms and conditions, and I think that's what we all want to be able to achieve.
Okay. And tell me, have you met Likau?
I've met him briefly, but it was just in passing, so I can't say, hey, I know him. Yeah.
Because I thought maybe because I've seen on your like he's very into bar. I've noticed that he's very into bar. He's been following your social platforms. He's been so I thought maybe you've met him. Maybe I thought maybe he could also be one of your those who inspire you or something like that. But truly, your work is nice. Your work is really nice. And what can you say to SA girls, South African young girls? What can you say to them? What motivation can you give them?
Just basically that your dreams are real. You know, you need to go after what you believe in, no matter what who says around you. I think we're all faced with challenges where we have these massive dreams, but the people around us don't see them. They don't believe in them. They don't understand them, but only because the dream wasn't given to them. But we think that when we tell someone our dreams and they don't believe them or they don't understand them, that our dreams are not valid. And that's very false. That's a false assumption that keeps us down. And as women, yes, we're underprivileged already.
Yes.
So, like, there's now so many more hurdles that we need to overcome in order just to be level with other people. So, just believing in your dreams and going for it at all costs. So, be willing to sacrifice everything to see your dream alive.
Okay, that's very great. That's very great. You know, I'm coming to before I came to this whole interview, I was wondering, what do you want to do? What do you want to do to change this whole thing? I know there are like girls, who wants or basically youth, the youth itself. There are those who want to start something or they've already started something. How do you think you can help? Is Baaa the company? Are you willing to do anything to participating in helping them grow? Is there anything you're willing to do?
So I also run another platform called Luminary Thrivist, which is aimed at empowering young black women, helping them start their businesses and grow their businesses. So that's a platform that we use for women empowerment. I think there's certain things that we struggle with when we're starting businesses that we take for granted when we are in business, but things like registering a business. A lot of people find that a challenge. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. So just helping them start up their businesses and grow their businesses.
That's great. Your journey has been a wonderful one. It has been a great success, and from where you come from, and now you're here. Like it has been like 5 years. Like I know it's a long time. 5 years, it's long, but it's also short. It's also short. You've achieved a lot in less than 10 years, and like for the whole of this, for you to be in the whole of this, it means you've worked really hard. And yeah, we really appreciate the fact that you're also supporting young females who are out there, who are trying to make something for themselves, who are trying to make a name for themselves. And that is really nice. That is really nice. And I appreciate you being with us. I hope this is going to inspire a lot of you out there, guys. She's here and she's helping you, young women who are willing to get your dreams out there. So I hope you are going to also get inspired and you're going to get something from this. So tell me, what's your next move in Baaa? What are your plans? What do you plan to do?
Definitely market saturation. So until we are at every corner, in every shop, every restaurant, every cafe, won't be satisfied. So market saturation is definitely where we're going next.
And I think I've seen your products in Spa supermarket.
Yeah, so we're at selected spas, selected food lovers markets, some restaurants, some cafes. So yeah.
Oh, great. So how many provinces so far? You're still in Gauteng, you haven't went to other provinces?
So in terms of shops, we're only in Gauteng.
Oh, only in
Yeah.
Gauteng. Oh,
Yeah.
that's great. That's nice.
But with so we also do direct to customer sales. So that we do courier to other provinces outside of Gauteng.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's very nice. That's very nice. Okay, and how can especially the young girls who are out there, like you said, you support them. How can they actually reach out to you? How can they get to you?
So on my social media platform, at Miss Tsole,
Okay.
yeah, or via email, bontle@baahelp.com, and LinkedIn as well. I think LinkedIn is also the perfect platform for engaging in more intellectual topics.
Okay.
Social has a tendency of just being a fun place.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, that's definitely
yeah.
right.
So LinkedIn is definitely the platform for more intellectual conversations.
Okay, thank you so much. Guys, if you're not inspired by this one, then I don't know, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have learned a lot from Sis Tsole. I myself, I'm very inspired, and I hope all you young girls out there, you can be an entrepreneur, you can succeed. I myself, I'm one of those who are inspired by Lekau himself. I believe, we can get there. We can get there, especially as a black child. I know there are challenges that we face as black child, and also the background, but it cannot really determine the future of where you're going. And you are an example of that. You are the living proof of that. You are the living proof of the hard work, the results, and everything. And I'm so happy to have met you, and I'm so happy to be with you here. And now that you've told me that you have did psychology, what can you say on the issue of mental health, mental wellness? What can you say in that?
Mental health in terms of entrepreneurship and business, I think is a topic we don't speak on very often because we're believed as entrepreneurs to always be pushing, always working, but that leads to burnout, it leads to dissatisfaction, it leads to depression. So I think it's important to, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, yes, push, but also give yourself time to rest because you don't want to be burnt out where you actually now can't do any work and it's just not getting your mind into gear anymore. So mental health in entrepreneurship is a very, very key topic that we don't talk about enough. We need to emphasize that a lot more. That don't work yourself to the bone. Yes, we want what we want, but learn to balance it as well. Learn to give yourself some time off for your own sake. If you cannot fill your own cup up anymore, how do you expect to fill anyone else's cup up? So fill your own cup up, make sure you're okay, and then do what you need to do for everyone else.
Okay. And what's your push? What always give you the drive? What give you the drive to I have to do this every day, I have to wake up? What drives you exactly?
I fear poverty. I don't want to be in poverty. It's not my portion. I'm not going to accept that as my portion. Money gives you options, and that's what I want, to be quite honest. But other than that, I really do want to build an empire. I really do want to build something that outlives me, change the lives of other people whilst I'm doing it, and just give my family a different opportunity, change the narrative for my own family and for the people that are around me.
You hear that, guys. Money give you a lot of options. Money is not the root of all evil. Poverty is. Poverty is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be with you. And thank you so much for today. I really appreciate it. Until again, we will probably meet somewhere in high places, I hope. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much.